Oh. Hey guys, my name is Fistos and welcome to a story about my ankle. My ankle, not my uncle. This game came out a while ago. I always wanted to play it, so I figured, I continuous and because I tested it just to make sure my computer wouldn't explode. I mean, it's a decent computer, so it won't explode, but just to make sure.
Dad?
Aren't you sleeping yet? It's time for bed, honey.
Dad, I can't sleep. Can you tell me a bedtime story?
All right. What do you want to hear?
Something about an adventure.
I think I know just the thing.
Oh.
When I was your age, my biggest dream was to follow my Uncle Fred on one of his adventures around the world. One day, he disappeared.
And that's when I came in. Alright, cool. Alright.
I stepped into the lobby of my uncle's house. It lay just across the hill from where I lived with my mother, your grandmother. She had tried to keep me from going, but I wanted to see if Fred was home yet from his latest adventure.
Cool. Let's see, it is now approximately 3:34. Yeah, 3:34. Cool. All right. Wow. Cool. Colors. All right. There's no phone, is there? Huh. Did you guys ever have someone tell you a bedtime story? I never did. I never got one of those, but like in movies and all that, I always see that being the thing. Bolt of lightning, man. Waffle. That is branding at its finest right there. Bolt of lightning. Oh, the nose on that guy. Oof. I can imagine how hard it must be to carry that around. The nose. Oh, at least Uncle. What was he? Uncle Fred? Yeah. At least he doesn't just leave a cup of Joe just fully filled cup.
My uncle used to send me postcards from his long journeys. Greetings from Nepal, Galapagos, Kilimanjaro, the Amazon River. This was the first time he had left without a word, without sending cards.
China! That is an actual map. I wonder if they hid some names in here. That's what I would do if I knew how to code. I can texture just fine. It's just the coding that I don't know. I'd put my name somewhere in here. See you in another life, brother. Oh. Oh, it's kind of sad. Or not, I'm not sure. Can I duck? I cannot. Is that a nail gun? What is that? Compressor? Who are you, lady? We climbed that cave for days. A petrifying journey. Douglas Farmer. Is that an actual book? Good feeling. Might be a favorite. Huh. Fantastic Frederick's disposal system, man. Fantastic Frederick. Cool. Half this stuff I don't even know. I feel like I
had visited Uncle Fred's house countless of times. But in the locker, which usually was closed, I found something I hadn't seen before. It was an adventure suit. It resembled the one that Fred used, but smaller in size.
Am I supposed to put on sandals as an adventure suit? Are you kidding me? First off, you see this, big old piece of advanced looking technology like, Iron Man 1.0, which is fine and all, and then you look down and see that. Alright, that's what I would do. In all honesty, that's what I would do.
It fit like it had been custom made for me.
Did I take the sandals? I did! Oh, yes! I get to be an adventurer fighting evil in sandals. While wearing
The
sandals,
most
yes.
mysterious
Best
room
adventure suit
of my
ever.
uncle's house was the observatory. There he kept his newest experiments, and right now it held a pad used for disposing of garbage.
Buddy, I don't think
Uncle
what...
Fred had warned me not to touch any of his things. But, as I said, I was a curious child.
As I was saying, I don't think you know what an observatory means, because this is just a dome. An observatory usually has, you know, like one of the big telescopes. Yeah, that's the word. Usually has a telescope or something to look far away from. This doesn't even have windows. Or from that thing out there, but I mean, I guess you can chart, but not exactly. This is not an observatory. That's what I'm trying to say here. I did not think before I did that. Hello? Ah! I didn't move! I didn't choose this! No! I guess I accept it. Oh. How would that work? How would that work? How would that work? I'm curious. How do you throw me into space just so easily? Because that either takes a lot of power, either that machine controls gravity, or it creates non-lethal amounts of thrust without the need of,
with a crash, but
you
thanks
know,
to the suit, I
propulsion.
wasn't hurt.
Fire-wise.
I had no idea where the pad had taken me, but back then, I didn't care so much about where I was going, or how I would get home.
I mean, I get it, you know, it's a game, but still, like, the only way I can see that working is if the machine I just stepped on somehow controlled localized gravity fields, making it so that the gravity of the Earth didn't affect me so much, giving me the ability to just travel freely without the need of large amounts of thrust. And then again, I'm looking at floating magical stones of power, so I guess, you know, realism isn't exactly what I should expect from this.
The suit protected me from falls on the ground, but not in water. I couldn't swim with this thing on. Best be careful.
If you can't swim with sandals, man, you got a problem. Sandals are the best swimming. I've never swum with anything put on my feet, actually. I'm always barefoot, you know? Do you guys ever swim with something on your feet? I don't know, I always find it difficult when I try. I mean, I find it difficult to swim to begin with, but whenever I try with, you know, like sandals and stuff like that, it just doesn't end well for me. Sandal power! Man, those are some good sandals. No, you know, I get it, you know. I understand why the sandals are there.
I was sure that someone had been here before me.
I imagine.
Someone had built these bridges and carved these symbols, but who?
And left
Where
all those
were they?
snack wrappers back there. I noticed them, I was gonna point them out, but I forgot. I imagine that's why we have sandals, just to counteract the weight, you know. Everything else up top is big and heavy, but you know, the sandals just, they even it out. Oops. Okay then. The seismometer, you know those things that measure waves. Never mind. It's fancy toilet paper. That's right. I don't know how many people would mistake that. I mean, as a kid, you know, you don't really see the importance in squiggly lines, but I don't know. I guess some people just don't care about science enough to care about, you know, what comes out of it. I mean, I can only imagine it must be hard to, you know, understand all those lines. It takes a trained eye. Fred, come on, man! Was there scrap metal there? Man, he was here in a while. I mean, he set up camp, got himself some. What is that? Methylene spirit. Whoa, Fred knew how to party.
How did you know Fred had been there?
All these
Well,
rappers.
I found a small campsite where Fred must have slept before going further into the caves. I knew it was him because the place was littered with empty packages of his favorite hiking foods. Canned soups, tube food, and instant noodles.
Tube food? That sounds gross.
Oh well, it's not that bad. One winter, Uncle Fred and I went hiking into the mountains, and we were surprised by a blizzard. We were stuck in a small cabin for 2 days, and all we ate was tube food, and cold canned goulash as well. Your grandmother was worried sick, but I thought it was all very exciting.
You would if you were a kid, you know, you wouldn't exactly see the harsh sides. I can't zoom in, I just noticed. Because the key that was used to zoom in now activates this. Oh, it's a shame. Here we go. Oh, there we go. Man, that is a sudden stop. I can only imagine how much super adventure suits. My super advanced adventure suit, yet my sandals couldn't handle a small board. That's sad. Whee! I can only imagine how long. Who gets those symbols up there? That's what I'm wondering. Because, you know, the stones I understand. But yeah, those right there. How would one do that? And are those symbols the things controlling? Are those things the ones? Don't. You done? Okay. What I was trying to say is, are those symbols the things that are controlling the gravity down here? Because, you know, in case one would notice, gravity isn't exactly what I call normal here. Far from it, actually. Whee! Ugh. You know, if this was just a tiny bit realistic, I would have lost those sandals a while ago. Not even because of the deaths, just the constant moving, jumping, you know. Because if you'll notice, when you're wearing sandals, you fold your toes just to keep some grip on the sandal, and even then it falls
The power
sometimes.
core I found activated the suit's grappling device when I picked it up.
Cool.
It must have been left here by my uncle.
Is it like the long shot? Just as fast. Ah! How did I do that? How? How did I manage to mess that up? That's what I'm wondering right there. How did I manage to mess something that simple up? Because okay, I'll just. It's just another mark on the I am bad at gaming notebook, I guess. There's plenty of marks on that thing. What is this stuff? It's luminescent something. Do you guys see that? Like, it looks like it's not even touching the ground. It isn't, is it? It is not. It's floating above the ground. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but it looks cool. Alright, so we know 2 things. Okay, we might know more, but I'm just adding onto the list as I go. Fred is somewhere in here.
The grappling device left a sort of symbol everywhere I grappled. I noticed similar symbols already there in the cave, and I was getting more and more certain that this place was where Fred had gone.
First off, you don't call your uncle by his first name, you say Uncle Fred. Second off, what I was gonna say is that there's a couple things we don't know already right off the bat. First off, Uncle Fred is somewhere in here, as you know, evidenced by the amount of garbage snacks that he left behind. Not even garbage snacks, just tube food and noodles. Yeah. Second off, gravity is not. It's not normal down here, either because those symbols are magic, or because it's just a low gravity area. And third off, Fred somehow managed to use whatever technology or magic this was and transfer it into this suit, which can only mean that whatever these symbols are linked to has some sort of physical form. I don't know, what was like the crystal, yeah, the power core I collected earlier was in physical form. Now the question is, what was it taken from? What? There we go, I gotta release earlier than that. I don't know. Maybe we're like, this place exists somewhere. Maybe there's just a giant crystal at the center of whatever this place is. I don't know. Is that it? Maybe that's where Fred took this from. Just saw the crystal and kind of borrowed it. Whoa! Whoa! No, no, I had it. I didn't get nothing. God dang it. See, this is what happens. I start talking and then I don't understand what's going on. No. Even if I was paying attention, I probably would have failed. There we go. Whee! Aha! I knew this was something. Cool! Hey Fred, I got more research for you. What to do now? Can I shoot myself somewhere? Oh, I know what to do. Ah! Oh, there we go, there we go. Go, 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 go. Aha! See that, guys? Yeah, that's right. Pure luck. That's how I operate. Just pure luck. And cheese. Don't forget the cheese. After all, cheesing is one of my primary ways of playing. Woohoo! It really is. Any chance I get, you know, I cheese. Especially in Skyrim, because if you'll notice, in some
the adventure
areas,
suit was fantastic. By combining a power leap with a grapple, I could fly long distances through the air at great speed.
yeah, alright, cool. What was I saying? Oh yeah, in Skyrim, you'll notice that the stealth system, it can be taken advantage of really easily, because their health doesn't regenerate as quickly as yours does. So what I usually do is I usually go for the assassin class just because I like being sneaky. And I herd them little by little. I always do what I call out of level hunting, which is hunting for something way stronger than me. And I slowly cut down their health. And whenever I'm finished with that one fight, I usually get like 3 levels, or maybe sometimes even 5. I believe the record has been 7 so far. I haven't played in a while, but I think that was the most levels I ever got off of one kill. It was that's the good thing about how I play, you know, open world games, but there's a downside to that as well. Downside being the fact that I usually get lost and end up finding creatures that I couldn't even hope to kill at my level. So I just end up taking hours trying to cut down their health, only to find out that I can't do it. Oh jeez. Oh hi. Am I supposed to follow you? Alright. I'm following you, I guess. Cool. Whee! Oh. Thanks for the ride. I appreciate it. And can you imagine just how bad this would be in the real world? Because, you know, in game it's a good idea. You know, thought I heard one of those scanner things. In game, it's fun. You know, you get to swing around, do all those fun things. But in real life, can you imagine, especially if it was a popular means of, you know, transport, how many accidents we would get a day? Not to say if kids weren't allowed, you know, to use them, because you know, usually if a kid sees something like this, obviously he's gonna wanna play with it. So if they actually, you'd have to make it so that one, it has to hit your hat, has to fit your hand perfectly. That way it doesn't activate. Otherwise, you know, like with the hand of a little kid. Or you'd have to make some sort of login so that the kids don't have access to it as they see. And that's only the tip of the iceberg. If this was just, you know, like I said, a common means of transportation, if people crashed into each other mid-air, that alone would hurt. And then the fall would more than likely kill you unless they have one of these fancy gravity-defying suits. Gotta have the sandals too. You know, can't forget the sandals. Man, it is misty in here. That is not okay. Oh. Oh, are we still in water? Nope. Oh, we're leaving the river behind, guys. Welcome to the land of mist. Mystifying deeds. Oh, wow, that was... How did I do that? I barely got the tip. You see that, guys? You impressed by my tip grabbing skills? I should stop talking right about now. Woohoo! Man, this mist is getting annoying. Can we move on? I don't like the mist. Makes my monitor really blurry. That's what I get for looking over. Oh my gosh! Okay. That was close. Woohoo! That was way too close. Hey, another power. I was gonna look at that. Okay, one. Second power core, you can now grapple 2 times. Cool! Alright, that'll come in handy, especially if I actually manage to fell a jump. I say manage like I'm good at it. Which we all know by now that I'm not. Let's see. Okay, so once upon a time there was a pyramid, and then it blasted off into space. You can only imagine that's what that is. Unless that's the crystal where the, you know, the thing I just collected came from. Who knows? Maybe it's the sanctuary where they're held. I mean, that's a possibility, you know. Oh, come on! Yeah, I'll be fine. There we go. It took me by surprise. The hatred in his eyes. I pushed this man as far as he would go. I don't know if this has a copyright. It probably does have some copyright. There we go. Man, this thing is handy, especially for long jumps. The only other use I see in this would be like, you know, rock climbing. Oh, Fred's been nuts. Who needs this? I mean, I guess, is there a local life around here? I can only imagine. If there's ladders, that means not everyone has a handy suit like this. Also this, you know, like for, I don't know, maybe bringing... Okay, so it does have a pulley, but I don't know how far that will get you. I don't know. I won't overthink it, you know, it's a game. What can you do? The fact they put that kind of stuff in there is that the sweet sound of data? It is. Oh, let me have that info, bro. Hey, look, it's their version of Stonehenge. Cool. Is this wonder what this used to be. Because they're not even floating, so I mean plenty of things are still floating around here, just not those. What was I talking about before? Can't remember. I mean, I'm sure I was talking about something. That's usually the case, but I can't remember. Oh well. Probably not important. Probably. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe you guys will scream at me. Hey, gotcha. I gotcha. I gotcha. I'm gonna get ya. I'll get ya. I'm gonna get in trouble at some point for just singing non-stop. Not even non-stop, just once in a while, but still. You know how YouTube is. People's always complaining. Ooh, berries, don't mind if I do.
Did you ever see any of Fred's experiments yourself?
Yes, I actually helped him collect samples for his research sometimes.
Biology.
To learn about them?
That's right. We found all sorts of things. One time, we went to the forest and found a small pool of water that was full of eggs.
Eggs? Were there chickens in the forest?
No, not chicken eggs. These were small and jelly-like. Hundreds of them. Fred told me that they were frog eggs. He was in for a surprise though. Guess what happened?
What? What happened?
Well, we took some eggs back home, and one day, Fred woke up with bites all over his body. Turns out, it wasn't frog eggs after all. It was mosquito eggs.
Ah, poor Fred.
I know. He did find real frog eggs eventually. He told me that they were very, very special, but I don't know what happened to them.
I don't know, maybe he sold them. You know. Whoa, did I blink? I hear they're a delicacy to rich people. Yeah, rich people will eat anything. Even your soul. Woohoo! That is still fun. Now, see, there's another ladder. Also, lamps. Some sort of luminescent. Bioluminescent properties. When I start talking like that, you know, I'm trying to sound smarter than I actually am. There's gotta be locals around. You know? I mean, if there are locals, then how do they get how do they get through gaps like this? Because I see, you know, bridges and stuff like that, but how do they get from down there all the way to over here? They must have some way of like clinging onto those stones. If not these, then you know, something similar. I can only imagine. Who knows? Maybe Fred found this magic stone and took a group of people, you know, like just colonists to colonize this new vast cave system. Are there cave systems this vast out there? I can only imagine. I mean, caves, you know, they're usually very large, especially considering. Okay, now I know there's someone else here. Considering how many rivers, you know, run through this place. Not through this place, not the game, this place.
These blue lights. Did Fred put them here? Or was somebody else here as well?
Huh, more bioluminescent. These are different. The other ones have like an acorn-like structure, you know, they have that tip about them. These are just completely bioluminescent flasks. Not even flasks. Can't even see. Oh! I can do this. Is that a footprint? There we go. It's just a flask. What are you? What the heck is that? Either an alien's passed by or those are flowers. I don't know. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Okay then. Ah, I like that. Nice and peaceful. Always nice. Well, welcome to level 2, guys. And I believe that's as good a place to... There's a little fan over there. I believe that's as good a spot as any. You know, when my voice cracks, I know my body's telling me something. Usually that is thirsty. Anyway, that's it for now, guys. I'd say this is a good place to stop, wouldn't you? Thank you all so much for watching. This has been part 1 of who knows how many on Story About My Uncle. Great game. I like it so far. I mean, I know you guys have probably played it already, but for those of you who have not, the link to this game will be down in the description below, so don't forget to check that out. Also, like me on Facebook, whatever that means. I don't really know. Never used Facebook before, so you know that'll be interesting. I've never had friends before either. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Like I said, link to the game down in the description below. And as always, hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Until next time. See you guys. Woo! Man, I gotta get the soundtrack to this. This is peaceful music right here.